What's going on, guys? The reviewer is here, and I'm back to give y'all this album review of Gambino Family called Ghetto Organized. Now, in case y'all don't know who Gambino Family is, or I should say was, there was a group from New Orleans, Louisiana, and the group contains of Gotti, Melchior, Pheno, may he rest in peace, and Reginelli. This is their first album under No Limit Records, and this is the real deal. I'm gonna get that Mia X Mama drama, be on the lookout for that. But honestly, to tell you the truth, I've never really listened to this album like that when it first came out in 1998, I believe. So I'm gonna give y'all the review and how I feel about this album. The producers of this album were Beats by the Pound. If y'all not familiar who they are, I'll put them in the description box. And the features, you can see it on this cover here. If you like, you can pause it. And it has more features as well. So let's get with the songs now. So let me zoom it here a little bit. It should be good. So the first one is called I'm a Baller. This features Master P, he's on the hook, C-Murder, Mia X, and Fiend.
Not a stunner, I'm a baller. Meet me uptown, I got them halves and them quarters. I'm not a stunner, I'm a baller.
This song was sampled from an old school track, I don't know what, but the beat is pretty good. The vocals are pretty nice. All of them come through with some nice vocals.
I run the ball like I'm out of control. Fat my pockets full of dough. Spit game from a 6-7-0. Me and my dog Pheno.
Then the next one is called Childhood Years. This features C-Murder and Porsha. She sings the hook, and C-Murder does the hook as well.
It's hella scary. I'm trapped, and I don't wanna die in a cemetery. These ghetto ties got
Gambino Family comes through with some pretty good vocals. It's a nice laid back track for these guys.
It was kinda rough because my pops wasn't there. I was left to bear all this pain with no one to share. These hard times, stress to selling nickels.
But overall, it's a nice little track. They just talking about the years and how they came up and stuff.
After that, a nigga started grabbing the mic, write rap on sheets of paper, making sure the shit tight. 3 years later, my brother came.
The next one is called Make 'Em Bleed. This features Fiend, Mr. Serv-On, and Silkk the Shocker. It's pretty solid. Silkk comes through with some pretty good lyrics, the way he does when yelling and rapping off beat, that type of thing. And then Fiend does a nice job on this song as well. And Mr. Serv-On comes through with some crazy vocals. The way he's rapping on there is like, it's insane when you hear him rap on this track. It's not bad, it's just different. I'll just put it like that.
When I close my eyes and clutch my check, you better pray to your favorite saint that I'm shooting blanks. Sorry for you, that ain't possible. Cause when Pheno get an order to go to water, be between us, nigga.
But Fiend does a good job on here, and the rest of the family does good as well. But again, it's a solid beat with some nice vocal. The next one is called Desperado.
Desperado, we call him Gambino. Niggas like Melchior, Reginelli, and Pheno. My Desperado, we call him Gambino.
And this song is pretty nice. And to be honest, man, it's kind of hard to tell which is which sometimes. I kind of recognize Reginelli when I hear him rap, and maybe Pheno, just to say, you know.
My trigger banging is burning, silver bullets you earning. You got close, you wanna fuck with me, let's go on this journey. Gambino Family, my clique, label me.
Then the next one is Drama in My City. This features Ghetto Commission and KLC.
For drama in my city, dog. On every boulevard and every road. They sending niggas to the mall. They got drama in my city, dog. I pity y'all if y'all.
This is probably the least of my favorite tracks on this album, but it's not bad though. I like the vocals, but the beat isn't somewhat there. But Ghetto Commission does come through with some nice vocals, and Gambino Family as well, and even KLC.
I'm tired of living on my ass. This is the stress of this game that got me moving fast. It ain't easy, but best believe it's gonna get harder instead of living on.
Then the next one is called Trapped in the Storm. This features C-Murder and Mia X.
Trapped in the storm, but dead, but I'ma struggle with my last breath. I'ma survive. Trapped in the storm, but dead.
This is a really bumping track, man, and you can tell this is a C-Murder song as soon as you hear the beat. Gambino comes through, all of them come through with some good vocals. C-Murder comes through with a dope verse. Mia X does really well.
Underrated, of course, overplay and hated by the government and the police forces. Except the forces, the routine practice. But what y'all?
This is probably one of the better tracks off of this album, man. I mean, I think I played this song a couple times in a row.
When the war in my community got the cemeteries back with black. My mama looking like she about to fall and crack. Figures up out.
The next one is called Only G's Ride. This features Moby Dick and Mystikal. Now, I believe Moby does the hook, because I don't think I hear him rap. But everybody, you know, Gambino Family comes through with some nice vocals, and they pretty much talking about some girls, things like that. And then Mystikal comes through with a crazy verse. Y'all know how he does, man. When he starts rapping, you already know he about to get hyped.
What the fuck they gon' do? Cause after my heart and my ball and my nine ain't shit left. Cause all she got in my back up is troubles and numbers and dick breath.
This is a pretty solid track for these guys. And like I said, if you want to hear Mystikal verse, that's what you should be hearing out for in this song. The next one is called Clean Sweep.
It's a sweep to all my niggas packing heat on the streets. Hard times got these cops with beef. Remember me? It's a sweep to all my niggas packing heat on the streets.
This is probably one of my favorite tracks off of the album, man. It's a really hype song. If y'all don't know what Clean Sweep is pretty much like if you out in the streets and they do a clean sweep, that means the cops coming in and arrest people out there. But this is a really dope track. To me, this is one of my personal favorites off of the album. I don't know who raps first on this song, but he goes in, man, with that verse.
Who's to blame for my fucking broken family? Uncle Sam never did a damn thing for me, but turned my father to a motherfucking dope fiend.
The next one is called Ghetto Wayz, and this features Porsha, who does the hook on this song.
My ghetto days made my ghetto ways. Don't blame me, cause that's the way that I was raised. Hey, my ghetto.
They're pretty much saying the way they live coming up, they turn into, you know, the ghetto ways that they live. This is a really nice track, and I also feel this should have been a music video for this.
But mafia ties keeping me handy with my 4-5. So mama, don't worry, I'm keeping my head up.
Because it seemed like the type of track that would be qualified for one. Porsha does a really good job on the vocals, and the rest of the crew does well with some nice vocals, talking about the way he was raised, things like that. And I really dig it.
Busting caps is the way that a young nigga live. I'm fighting devil niggas daily, and I'm showing no fear every night.
Then the next one is called So Much Drama. This features Odell, 241, I don't know who that is really, I'm not too sure, and Magic, may he rest in peace.
So much drama, so much pain. All these casualties got me caught up in the game. It's so much drama, so much pain.
Gambino Family comes through with some really nice verses, and then Magic comes through with a dope verse.
I be down to ride, let no man question my dedication. Whosoever it is, I whip his ass in front of the whole nation. No interference.
I mean, he comes through pretty hype. He pretty much finished off the track, and overall is really good, man. Then the next one is Studio B. This features Snoop Dogg and Moby. Every time I hear the song, y'all, I just feel like skipping it, but I start liking it when I hear it. Studio B is pretty much, I guess, a term for where the groupies go at in the studio. They got groupies that goes in there. But the beat is nice, though. And Snoop Dogg comes through with some pretty straight vocals. I'm not the biggest fan of Snoop, be honest.
If you say the wrong thing, bang bang's going down. Represent Snoop Dogg, dog pound for life. Don't quit, don't stop, you see.
Like I said, it's a pretty solid track. Gambino Family comes through with some pretty good vocals. But like I said, to me, this is probably like a hit or miss for those that hear it.
Snoop, once you pass me the weed, this got me feeling weak. This nut licking and dick sucking got me feeling the fucking cause she's a fire dick
And then the next one is called Young Gunz. Now, I believe this is only Melchior and Reginelli on the song, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all know the term Young Gunz. That means they about to go out in a blaze, things of that nature. And it's kind of hype as well. They come through with some pretty good vocals. I was kind of like in the days when I was hearing this song, like they were just going in with their verses.
Oh, no hesitation in my occupation. My situation, you bitches split on me even if you duct tape me. I'm a real nigga. Hang with them hard to kill.
Overall, is a pretty good track from these guys. Then the next one is called Losing My Faith.
Look through the eyes of a breeder, learn a fatal lesson. Seeing my word, you see a lot of shit you can't take. My back against the wall, got me losing.
This is a kind of a laid back track for these guys. Y'all should know what Losing My Faith means. They just coming through with some nice vocals on there. And like I said, the beat is pretty solid for the most part.
I goes, doing shows, pulling holes and rolling fat out the most. That gold tank is right dirty, so I guess we live as well. Just some young niggas.
The next one is called Memories. Sons of Folk are featured on this song. They sing the hook.
Memories, my niggas in the penitentiary. Memories of living on these streets. Memories, my niggas in the.
And this song is pretty much about those that passed away and things of that nature. And they're pretty much giving shout outs, rest in peace to those that may have been out there.
Falling to a wreck. Lord, can you hear me? Because I'm feeling like I'm next. It's kind of hard. Not celebrating, not burden together.
And even some that's locked up. So Gambino Family comes through with some really nice vocals. I'm not sure who raps on the last verse, but I really dig it, man. It kind of reminds me of a similar situation myself.
Memories of my niggas out there balling for keeps. Some in the cell with the L, never gon' see the street, but that's okay. I'm reminiscing from.
This is a really nice track from these guys, and I love that hook. The next one is called To All My Thug Ends. Y'all know what N is. And this features Big Ed, may he rest in peace, Full Blooded, Mac.
To all my thug niggas, hit the guns and shoot. To all my no limit soldiers that take her salute. Kill all my bones.
This song is blazing, man. This song kind of gets me amped. The beat is bumping and the hook is really nice, really catchy. Big Ed comes through with a really dope verse.
We sick, we been the block in the group. Everybody sit down, cause I'm about to shoot. Grenade launcher, neighborhood destructor.
Full Blooded, he comes through pretty solid. Mac, again, glad to hear that he's finally out. He comes through with a really dope verse. And the rest of them does really well on this song. Definitely one of my favorite tracks off of the album.
Give me a 9 Uzi, in case one of these niggas try to do me, I'll be down if they lose me. Big Ed, passion nigga to.
Then the next one is called Don't Cry. This features C-Murder, Fiend, Magic, and QB.
Don't cry now, nigga, don't worry now. We make it that your people can't identify your ass now. Don't cry now.
This song is really nice, man. This song kind of reminds me of the Fiend called What You Mean You Ain't Heard About. That, y'all remember that song. It kind of reminds me of that with the sound in the background. C-Murder comes through with a dope verse.
Hand to hand combat is very necessary. My first option is fighting all my adversaries. That nigga flinch with my motherfucker.
Fiend does really good on this track. Magic does well, and then QB comes through with a pretty good verse. The rest of the group comes through with some really dope verses. This is another dope track from these guys, man. That beat is pretty laid back, and the sound is really catchy.
My head, nigga, dodging the feds. You rather see me in the cell, nigga, trapped in jail. I make bail, then me and B.
Then the next one is called Mafioso. This is a really nice track as well. That beat is bumping, man. I love that beat.
Mafiosos, look deep in the eyes. Tell the day that we die, me and my family rise. Mafiosos.
Bass line on there is sick. They all come through with some pretty good vocals. I think the second verse, I really dig it. They, man, come through with a dope verse.
It's my ride. He crossed some niggas that been raised in hell since LL was rocking bells. I guess he didn't understand the meaning breed.
Like I said, that beat is bumping. And then the last one is called You Never Know.
Could be your homeboy, hanging partner, Conrad, friend of foe. Watch out for the enemies, because the enemy, you never know, nigga.
This song is really nice. It's kind of a laid back track, and they're pretty much saying like you never know who's out to get you. It could be your best friend, your enemy, your relatives, and things of that nature. And I can definitely relate to that.
I know my enemies trying to put me to rest. It's like I hear my enemies discussing my death. My mama always told me.
I think a lot of us should. But they all come through with some pretty nice verses, and the beat is kind of laid back.
The traitor was built to the eye. Now 45 slugs be the reason you busters die. Got no time for friends, ducking foes who wanna do me in.
All right, so those are all the songs that I review for this album. I think I pretty much did all of them. To rate this out of a 10, I would give this album a solid 8.5 to a 9, so like an 8.75. Gambino Family does a really good job with this album here, with the nice beats. They made a good selection of the beats, has some good bit of features too. But it was also good to hear a few songs that none of them, the outside members of No Limit wasn't featured on, which means they stood out. They can stand on their own. So with that being said, this is a really dope album. I dig it. Amazingly, this album went platinum, and it was pretty much underground. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't believe it myself. But like I said, if you're a fan of the No Limit days, I think you will really love this album, man. I think they have it on the streams now, if I'm not mistaken. I think they have it on iTunes, Amazon, Spotify, all that stuff. So if you haven't heard this album before, I would definitely recommend hearing it out. Or if you prefer the physical, like myself, like I like to do, the price is pretty high. It just would be a nice album to collect if you're a fan of collecting things. So with that being said, that's it. Shout out to Gambino Family for coming out with a dope album. And again, may Pheno rest in peace. Shout out to all the features and all the producers. Much love to the real folks, and I'll be on here back with another review. All right, peace out, guys.
The reviewer, the review, the reviewer, the reviewer, the reviewer, the review, the reviewer, the reviewer, the reviewer.